Discipline, consistency equals results. I'm going to get this together tomorrow. So I know, here's what I know. I know that you are welcome, TikTok. We are live on YouTube on the Big Girl Interrupted uh, channel on YouTube. But here's what I want to start off with. I know that you are stuck, feeling overwhelmed, distracted by all the asks that are happening in your life. And as a result, those things create, um, they stir up limiting beliefs, they stir up procrastination, they stir up overwhelm, they stir up confusion. You don't know, should you be going left? Should you be going right? They're definitely a distraction that holds you back from actually achieving what you want to achieve. And so, who am I? I'm Hazel, the award winning vision board coach and uh, life coach who helps women unpack and get clear on the question on how to answer it that best represents their life is what's interrupting your life. Hello, my TikTok friends. Welcome, welcome. Um, we're also live on YouTube. So if I turn this way, I'm talking to YouTube. If I turn this way, I'm talking to TikTok. This is great. And I also have my notes because it's going to be a juicy conversation tonight. So we're talking about um, locking in. It's a big trend that's going on, and as a life coach, I know before you actually start to lock in, there's some pre work that needs to be done. You just can't jump into the lock in rhythm and expect the results without doing things first, committing to certain things that you need to commit to first. And so um, here's what I know. I know that as women, we are looking for, consistency. We want to be able to be focused. We want to know and feel confident in whatever we're choosing to do. So whatever the goal is that we want to lock in, we want to feel confident about it, and we want to be able to do it consistently. However, there are always like multiple things pulling at us. Like we're always being asked to do something. It could be in your day-to-day life, it could at work, it could be at home, it could be in your personal relationships as a wife, as a partner. You're being pulled all the time, no matter what. You're being asked to show up no matter what. And the great lock in for me is about focusing on myself. Like, what does it mean for me? And I'm encouraging you to do the same. What is it for you? How are you pouring into yourself for your great lock in? I'm looking down because I have notes. Um, and like, why is this lock in so important? Why should we lock in? And why is it important at this time? Well, a lot of us, we've been trained to set goals at the beginning of the year, even though I don't encourage that. Over here, I encourage, quarterly goals, 3 months, every 3 months, so you can experience more success. Hello, good evening. Thanks for joining. Um, and the Great Lock In, the concept of it is really good because it focuses on 90 days. What can you actually achieve in the next 90 days? And you want to be able to focus and create change on things that you actually want to achieve. So, and what does that like look? What does that mean? Um, and how do you actually do that? So, with the struggles that I shared before of like feeling like your family like is pulling you, there's a lot of responsibilities. I have lots of responsibilities. Like there's my work responsibilities. There's my responsibilities as a business owner. Um, as a business owner for two businesses, I have to show up, and I have a team. So I have to support, like provide, make sure I'm being consistent and showing up for my team, and, providing them with the information and the things to help us achieve our goals in the business. And then there's the responsibility of friendships and upholding those friendships, maintaining those friendships, making sure you're showing up during important times in your friend's life, um, pouring into your friends so that you are both, well, pouring into your friends and your friends pouring into you. So it's reciprocal. So you're making sure, those roles, you're feeding into those roles, you're helping those roles develop, and also nurture. So they're lasting. And Santa Claus. Wow. Yeah. Sorry, I got distracted, and I'm just going to let you know I'm that coach that has a little ADHD. Not a little, I have ADHD. So things on TikTok are like flying on the screen, and I'm like, oh, yeah. So I have notes just so to help me stay focused and also be calm, because this is also a distraction for me. And also anxiety, because I don't do lives, one, often, and I also don't do lives um, on these two platforms. I usually do them on Instagram, and I haven't done them in a while. But this is my lock-in. I'm being committed to doing these lives amongst all the other responsibilities that I have. So, and that's where the being consistent, discipline, sorry, and then plus consistency equals results. So for me, I'm focusing heavy on being disciplined. And as a result, when I'm disciplined, I can see the results of consistency because I'm staying focused. And that's why I'm doing these lives now. And then I'm going to reap the results, or see the results, or see the community grow. Because that's the results I'm looking for, is the community to grow, and we can all support each other. So, um, sorry, just a second. I handwrit these notes, and I scribbled them all over. Tomorrow's live will be a lot more. Okay, so in order for all of us to be consistent and disciplined, there are a couple of things that we need to think about and um, actually understand for ourselves. And I wanted us to focus on discipline, because I feel like when you focus in on discipline, everything else aligns itself and just automatically happens. So, and it doesn't seem like it's a big, like all three things. I have to be disciplined, I have to be consistent. Those are two big asks, right? Those are two big asks. But if you focus on discipline and you break it down into three, tonight I'm going to break it down into three actionable, doable steps. And that will then equal to the consistency, that will then equal to the results that you want to achieve. So, sorry. Um, when you think of discipline, I want you to think of it as one, being consistent, but consistency over intensity. And what does that mean? That means not thinking about the whatever it is you're committing to, um, not looking for the big results of that, looking for the small wins that you can actually achieve from being disciplined and being consistent. So don't think about that. Okay, I need the goal that I achieve has to be astronomically big. It could be something small, like if you went for a walk for 10 minutes today. If that's the goal, that you have to go for a walk 10 minutes every day at 5 p.m. right after work, that's a win. The results don't have to be, and it doesn't have to be intense. Like, it doesn't mean that you have to go to the gym and crazy run on the treadmill for 45 minutes. Um, yeah, you don't have to do that. You start small, and as long as you're consistent, you're building the discipline, the results will come. And as you continue to do that, then you'll be able to, as you experience results, you'll then actually start to push yourself further to go longer. So maybe you're going for 20 minutes. Maybe you want to increase it by increments of 5. So 15, 20, 25, 30, and so on. So you're taking it small and celebrating your small wins. The other thing is self accountability. Yes, accountability groups are amazing. I have 2 accountability groups. However, self accountability comes first. And that's what I believe. That's what I encourage the women that I coach is we start with self accountability first, because then when you get into accountability groups, the accountability and the support that you receive from the group is then bonus. And then you are actually decreasing the likelihood of failing when you're a part of accountability groups, because you already are self accountable to yourself. And tools and strategies that you can actually use to be self accountable is I like to set timers on my phone. And then I have a little reward chart on my phone. So I check it off. So right now, I'll give you a prime example. Right now, I'm doing 10,000 steps a day. So one, my watch keeps me accountable because it will tell me to get up. So that's a tool. I then have in my phone a little chart with a reward at the bottom that I reward myself if I complete my 10 steps a day. That's for daily. And then I also reward myself at the end of the week. So if I do follow through with all my days, and last week I missed one day because I was extremely tired. I was at 9,100 and like 43. I just couldn't get up to go out and do the walk. However, so I didn't get to reward myself daily. However, I did reward myself at the end of the week because I still walked, right? I didn't get a 10K every day. I just missed one day, but however, I still was able to continue walking and reward myself. So tracking and having accountability tools. And then I'm also a part of accountability group where we're taking pictures of ourselves, we're taking pictures of our feet to report and check in on our steps. And then usually on Wednesdays, we reflect and share one thing we're thankful for that we were able to achieve. So that's also reinforcing. And then when you're struggling, you're able to reach out to the community and say, I'm struggling and I need to do this. So that's another way to build in discipline. And it's just having tools. I have a lot of tools. I like a lot of strategies and tools for myself. That's how it just helps. I don't know why I like that, but I just like a lot of tools. And then the last one is setting clear boundaries. So being extremely clear with your boundaries. And I know I know people say you need to like say no, but you actually really need to say no. Um, and over the last couple of weeks, I've noticed that saying no before I worked on saying no. I'm going to take you back a bit. This is the ADHD brain. Take you back a bit. Before, saying no was extremely a huge struggle. However, today I do take a pause and then I'll come back and I'll say, and I have like um, pre-written scripts that I could just text and just say, please allow me 24 hours to think about it. And then I will give a response. Some situations I will respond right away. Some I will actually take a minute to reflect, reevaluate the whole situation, what I'm being asked, and then I will come back and say no without an issue. Right. And I don't have to feel guilty. I don't have to hold on to that. Um, and I'm also able to let it go and move on with no guilt, which it takes time and it doesn't, that process and learning within yourself doesn't um, happen right away. Because once you start to, when you start to actually use the word no, a bunch of limiting beliefs show up. And the self-talk, did I make the right decision? Am I doing the right thing? I don't want to hurt people, like 10 million things. I'm not good enough, like all these different things start to play in your head, which is a good reason why you need to like say the no and be okay with it, but you have to practice it. And practicing to say no also protects you and your time. So I need water. Awesome. So I'd love on TikTok if you'd share with me, what do you do? Is saying no something you do? They're so pretty. Thank you. Um, is saying no easy for you? What's your chime in? Share in the chat. I'd love to know. How are you saying no? Does it come to you easy? Is there guilt after the no? Are you in a space now where you can just say it and it brushes off your shoulders? Let me know in the chat. Um, what else is there for today? So, oh, yeah. So the great lock in for me right now, I'm going to say, um, and the discipline and being consistent is definitely key. And I'll share with you like some of the things that I'm working on. So I have my great lock in goals and for my personal, and then I have it for my business. Personally, I'm working on the 10,000 steps as I shared with you daily that I'm doing. And doing that, and then also making sure that I'm spending time journaling is another big thing that I do, and staying consistent with that. And what I've done is I've actually paired it with something. So I've created myself a morning routine. I always had a morning routine, but I've just cleaned up the routine a little bit. So I wake up at 5, do what I need to do, and then I journal before I actually head out for my walk or go to the gym. So it's already, I basically chunked my morning so that I can pour into myself first before I go out to pour into others, because my job requires me to support um, individuals who are struggling socially, emotionally, daily. And I never know what I'm going to be walking into when I get to work. So I have to take care of myself first before I do that. And so the great lock in is definitely something that I've had to ensure that it's intact, um, and it's not, nobody can interrupt it. So that's where I'm at. Well, that was today's live. I did it. And if you want to do the great lock in, let's join, do this journey together. Because actually, one of my business lock ins is going live, both on YouTube and Instagram. Sorry, on YouTube and TikTok. So that's one of my great lock ins all the way till December 31st. So we will get to know each other, and we will also get to experience where this journey goes and connections. And but I'd love for you to share what your great lock in You can DM me what you're going to be working on. And if you need support, I'm always here to support you. That's what I do. That's what I enjoy doing. And I'm also learning to do these lives and feel not so, because right now I'm extremely like I'm like this. So like this. So I figured if I do this consistently, I will eventually come down and be more relaxed and uh self-discipline and accountability strategies. Yes. Oh, that's what the AI was saying. This AI thing is like really, it summarizes the chat or the live. So that's it for today. I will be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. right here, Eastern Standard Time. And let's lock in together. Let's build our discipline muscle and see what it looks like. See what we've achieved by December 31st, 2025. Bye.